beautiful, and welcome back to another YouTube video. And so for today we are doing a princess themed makeup, and of course the one and only
Snow White.
Snow White, aka my favorite princess. I am so excited to show you guys how I did this. I literally was creating as I was going, and I am absolutely in love with this look. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started into it. Alrighty, so of course we're in the prepping position. Let's go ahead and get started into this whole Snow White makeup look that I'm super excited to get into. Let's do it. So of course for my first part, it's gonna be priming. We gotta do priming, of course. So I'm gonna prime my face with the NYX primer. And so I'm gonna go ahead and put that on my face, and we are going ahead and get started into the next part. Alrighty, so now that we're all done with priming of the face, it is time to move on to color correctors. So for my color correcting, I love to use the Dragon Beauty color correctors, and of course here is what they are: the orange one and the lavender one. And let's put these on. I'm going to take the orange one, as I always do, first, and then I'm gonna go in with the lavender one next. Now the lavender one. Alrighty, now that we are completely done with the whole color correcting, it's time to move on to foundation. And so for my foundation, I like to use the CoverGirl Matte Blend. I'm gonna take half pump and put it on my face. Oh, and I forgot to mention, so this here, my cut on my lips. So my dog decided to jump on me yesterday, and his head hit my face and my teeth cut my lips, so that's why, but just please don't mind that. Alrighty, now that we are completely done with putting on the foundation, now I'm going to put on my eyebrows before, of course, I conceal everything on my face. I'm going to be using my favorite, the NYX brow pencil, the professional one. And let's put these eyebrows on. Okay, so now that I have my, well, as you can clearly see, I have my eyebrows on, I'm gonna, of course, go in and conceal up everything on my face. Going to be using, for that, Jeffree Star concealer. I'm gonna take it all and conceal up my whole entire face, and then we're gonna move on to baking after. Alrighty, as you can see, everything's all concealed up, and so now it is time to bake. So for baking, of course, I'm going to be using Dragon Beauty setting powder, the invisible one, and of course this is the pad that I'm like using for the baking. It's not really, I feel like these are easier to use than a normal just like brush, so I'm gonna bake this face, and then we're gonna move on to bronzing. Okay, now that we are done with the whole baking, it is time to get into bronzing. So for bronzing, I'm gonna be using Lumini Bronze It by L'Oreal Paris. I'm gonna be bronzing up my whole face, and then of course we're gonna be moving on to the next part, which is finally the eyes. Alrighty, so now that we are completely done with bronzing up the face, now I'm going to go and jump on into priming my eyes. So, of course, I'm going to be using the Clinique Canvas Light 26, and it looks like that. Beautiful. And I'm just going to, of course, be taking this brush and going to be going into it and putting it on just my eyelids. I only like to put on, not my whole eye, because I don't know, I feel like it doesn't work better like that. I'm just gonna put this on my lip. Okay, now the fun part. We're getting into the fun part. Alright, a lot of stuff to do. Now that we are into the eyes, finally, we can do. So for this look, of course I'm going for a Snow White look, so I want to go for her colors. So her colors are red, white, yellow, and blue. Yeah, that's about it. Just red, white, yellow, and blue. So I'm going to be using all of those colors, and I'm basically going to be creating as I go. And so first, what I'm looking at on my palettes right here is I want to do blue first because it's a very pigmented color and dark, and I want to put it on first and then work on towards going to my lights last. So I'm going to do, first I'm actually going to do Azul. So on my Nikita palette, I'm going to do Azul, which is this blue right here. And I'm going to take her and I'm going to use my blending crease brush. This is what she looks like. And I'm going to take Azul and tap on my palette here. And I'm going to actually not touch my eyelid. I'm actually just going to work out on up here. Yes. Just up here I'm going to work on, and that's it. Kind of like give it a little stop right here, and then just work on right here. Ooh, she a pretty. Now, of course, I'm hitting my crease a little bit. A lot, actually. But I'm not wanting to get anything lower than my inner crease right here. Or my outer crease, my bad. My outer crease. Just like a little patch. And then pretty much, it's just like a little patch. It's just going to go on my outer crease right there. And then, of course, let me put on the other one. And then we're going to jump on to the next color. Alright, so of course I have the other eye on, and now let's move on to the next color. So the next color I want to get into is going to be in my Ace Beauty Nostalgia palette, and it is going to be this beautiful red one called Camping. I want to get it on there right for you guys. Camping one, the beautiful red right there. And we're going to put her right on the upper right here. We're going to put her right up here. I'm going to take her, a little swizzle, tap on my little thing here. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay. This is perfect red. Oh yeah. And of course I'm using the same exact brush, not like the same exact, but it's the same exact form brush. It's like a blending crease brush, but a little bit tiny bit more poofier, and I thought it would have been perfect for this, and it is. It's working so well. Really just get it in there. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put on the other eye of the red, and then we're gonna go on to the next step of this. Alrighty, so now that I have them on, it's time to do a little bit of blending a little bit. So we're going to take that Azula and just 2 things of the Azula, just 2 clicks, and then 1 thing of the Camping, and then come right here to kind of blend them 2 together a little bit, to kind of not make it seem like it's just a straight up line and red and blue. I want to kind of blending it a little bit together to make it a little pretty color, a little purpley. And add that tiny bit of effect right here, just a tiny bit of purple mix. And that is what it did. Heck yes. Now that I have like blended that in, it's time to take a Q-tip and kind of line it all up. So I'm gonna take this and just kind of line it up to where the red is not poking out too much and a little crazy. I'm not going for crazy for this look, you know. Heck yeah. So now that I've lined everything up to kind of what I want a little bit, now let's start diving into the yellow. So for the yellow, I actually want to put a little bit of concealer and conceal up my lids a bit so that when I put on the yellow, it's not like a mix of blue and red in it. Like you could clearly, it would be very noticeable. So I'm gonna put on concealer only on my eyelid using, of course, the concealer brush. I'm gonna use this to kind of conceal this up. So I'm gonna take some on this brush. I've actually never done this before, so this is just testing. We're literally gonna do this together. So I'm gonna take this brush, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna put it on my brush. And then we're gonna go in and just kind of, oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. Oopers. Okay. Hold up. Oh, okay. Hold on. Ooh, that sucks. Okay. It's fine. I'm gonna fix it. I don't have napkins. Okay. So I kind of made it to where I dragged out the concealer to where it kind of goes all the way over here because I'm going to make the yellow flick up a bit. It's going to look pretty cool, I think. Alrighty, so now that I fixed what I made of a mistake on that concealing, oh my goodness, that was a big mistake, but I kind of fixed what I did, so now it's time to get on to the yellow. So for the yellow, I'm going to be using, it's called Water Slide on the Ace Beauty palette. She is absolutely magnificent. I think she would be perfect for this yellow color. For Snow White, I think it actually matches her color. So we are going to take her and we're going to take this eyeshadow brush and we're gonna dip into her and just color that, my whole entire eyelid. Just color it yellow. Now for this, to angle out the yellow, I'm going to just take just the tip of this brush and just angle it up. Kind of stopping where this blue ends to match it up and line it all up there. This yellow is doing it. But now that I have that on, I'm gonna put it on my other eye and then I'm gonna, of course, tell you guys what I'm gonna do next. Okay, so now that we have the yellow on, time to kind of correct it a bit. So of course, I'm gonna take my Q-tip and I'm going to just take it and flick it up to make up here smaller than down here for the yellow. So now that we are done with that, now time to move on to white. So for the white, I'm going to grab out my Nikita palette again, and I'm going to do Nick here. Very white and shiny one right here. And I want to take this smudge brush, and I'm going to take the Nick color and just get only the tip, not all of it, but just the tip. This is so bad. But I'm going to get just the tip of it. And I'm going to slightly line it up to where the yellow and the red and blue, of course, split. So the white will basically separate the yellow from the red and blue. I'm just going to take it, slowly go on that line that's right here, and just practically line it. As you can see, I am making it to where over here has a thicker of the white than over back here. It just has a thin line of the white. So now that I got all the lining done, it is time to, of course, put the white on top. So I'm going to take this poofy brush, of course, and I'm going to take Nick, get her all on there, tap it. I think I put a lot. And we're just going to get, of course, the outer. And then I just want to stop about right here. Now I'm going to do the other side, and then we're going to, of course, move on to the next part of this. Alrighty, so now that I've gone, of course, the upper eye, you can see I got the white on, and now for that, we're gonna work on the under part. So the under part, of course, is just gonna be the same colors, but I'm gonna be kind of changing it up a little bit. We're gonna actually put blue on the outside here, red and yellow for the inners. So I'm gonna take my smudge brush here, and I already have product on it, but it's Azula that I'm taking, and I'm going to come down under here and gently just put it in there. Alright, now that we got the blue, I'm going to take, of course, that red beautiful color that we used camping. And I'm going to just put her in the middle here. Now that we got her on, we're going to go, of course, go to our last one, which is the yellow, which is called Water Slide. Gonna kind of connect these at the tip right here. Gonna connect the yellow from the top and from the bottom. Awesome. And of course I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna take the Azula and Camping and mix them together to kind of bring up that purple in between them two. Heck yeah, I'm loving it. So now that I've gone completely, my eyes done, I'm loving it. So now I'm going to, of course, close my eyeshadow palette books, and I'm going to now finish off this look with, of course, you know, your mascara, lipstick, and of course my final finisher. So what I'm going to be using for my mascara is going to be the Lash Stiletto, aka my favorite. The lipstick I'm going to be using is going to be the Dragon Glass Matte Lipstick Mamacita, I think it's what it's called, but it's the Dragon Beauty one, and liquid lipstick, it's the matte one, and absolutely love it. And I picked this one color because it's red and it's what Snow White wears, but it's not like the color of hers, but it kind of matched, so that's why I'm gonna go with this. And then for my highlighter, of course, I'm gonna be using the Wander Beauty, and it's beautiful. And then for my finisher that I'm actually not gonna talk about that until the end. So we're gonna put those on, and then of course I'm gonna talk about my finisher. Alright, so now that I have the lipstick, the mascara, and the highlighting on, now time to do my very last step, which is going to be the Nikita Dragon Translucent Face Powder, which looks like this. Absolutely amazing. I'm going to take, of course, my highlighting plus contour brush from my Sephora collection, and I'm just gonna, of course, tap both of them and put it on just the front of my face. And of course, I always do this twice on my face, because one never shows, but 2 times I could see her. So that is what I do for that. Then I'll put it, of course, a little bit up here in the corner. And yeah. Oh my goodness. And yeah. And that is it. This is the Snow White themed makeup. And of course, we gotta set it. What I use is the Dragon Beauty setting spray. Absolutely amazing. Let's set this girl in, and then we are finally done with this look. Fan her out a bit. Yeah, I am done. This is the look. Amazing. Ooh. Yep, this is the look. Amazing. I absolutely love it. I'm looking in the mirror here and I just cannot stop looking because I love it. Literally love how it came out. Literally, I'm super loving it. But I hope you guys very much enjoyed this video as much as I did. Clearly, I freaking love this look. And I hope you guys got some tips from it, of course, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. Yes, 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 yes.